Hello everyone, welcome to new video. Today I'm going to talk about Yu Menglong, who is famous actor worldwide and in China. He has born in Urumqi, it's near to Uyghur area, like the Xinjiang area. And I was just investigating about this case, and I have realized I have just watched bunch of YouTube videos, just read a lot of newspapers, and I just want to give any attention to it, but I cannot understand it directly, and I have just read a lot of the Chinese media, news, and etc. But today I'm going to talk about who killed Yu Menglong. The basic idea is here, maybe I can give the another names, who is the Hara from the K-pop industry. If you are just getting into this business, the entertainment business, it is real wild and it's real brutal. Even he is just when he is near to get die, he just made a signal symbol like with the 540, like it's like that, like and it's getting help. I want this directly. If you want to do this symbol, you need to just get things like the 5, like that. I want this like the prostitution woman doing like this, this one. So it is the signs of the help, and also he was just showing his body, and we can understand there was a library in the China. I just forgot about this library name, but he was just by forcefully captured in that library, and he was just holding that library for a long time. And I have made a lot of research about it, and I will also talk about whether Xi Jinping can kill the Yu Menglong or another things, but the Taiyuan media is a very key factor here. I think the bunch of the researchers, bunch of the investigations are saying like maybe Xi Jinping just participate in that case, but I think even the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, it can have a potential to get into this case, but I think the Taiyuan media has more evidence, and it is very proof, because if you are working for a media, the Taiyuan media, for all your entire career, if you want to get out from the Taiyuan media, you also need to get paid maybe a lot of money just getting out of this media, this TV like sponsored the Taiyuan media. But he couldn't. Ellen, maybe his name is like Yu Menglong, couldn't do that because he has got a lot of money, and he needed to pursue his career in this media, but also he wanted to just leave this Taiyuan media to, what was its name? It's like I just forgot the name of that other media, but I'm going to, if I just find my notes, I'm going to tell about these things. He was just like the Taiyuan media or another media. He wants to just transfer yourself, but we will just understand the topic step by step. Okay. Like there was a lot of the candidates here. The first candidate is Rolex collector, who is Jing Guangguan. He is just owning this apartment. Okay, the another someone is Cheng Qing-song. Cheng Qing-song is a director. There's a lot of potential. The director, whose name is Cheng Qing-song, can kill the Yu Menglong. I think the mostly I'm just giving the 900% to Cheng Qing-song want to just kill the Yu Menglong, because Yu Menglong wanted to just transfer another media platform, and he couldn't just bear with that. He couldn't just take it, I think. The another candidate is Song Yiran. We are calling her as the female actor. When we are just the Song Yiran just called the party to the Yu Menglong just in this case just closed in 24 hours. I think it's really illogical. Nobody can just shut this case in 24 hours and say like he died by the case and he was drunk and just fall into the high apartment building, just fall from a high apartment building to the floor. Nobody can believe on it, brother. I will say the truth. And also there are a lot of people who died from this lie, bro. It's a very big lie, because let's think about the another cases. The first case is, as I mentioned, that's Hara, the K-pop idol. She also just sought help on the social media platforms, and the FBI and the CIA just investigating this case. And also we need to understand, because this entertainment industry is really shit, and just how can I say it? This entertainment industry just managing by the Japanese people. You know, you cannot even, there's no name about the Japanese people, right? But I am giving a 101% guarantee. If someone is dying in the K-pop idols and the Chinese idols or the singers by like by the just like the, how can I say, by just not knowing just in incident, probably the Japanese media or Japanese bosses, Japanese mafia just handled the issue rather than the Chinese mafia. Mostly this entertainment industry idols just working for with the industry people, but they're also working with the they're working as politicians, and maybe some politicians can hate from this people, and they can also just how can I say, they can just kill this kind of the actors. There's a potential for it, and it's understandable. You know, another indicator just says that the mysterious last message, the Yu Menglong, his last message is that money isn't earned by me, it's dirty. He also just spoke with his mother, and her mother just tried to stop this talking about this issue again, because all the buildings, like approximately 1,000 apartment buildings, were in sale in that where the just Yu Menglong get killed. It is not very logical. It's not understandable, and the apartment building owners just get the money, like approximately 1 million yuan. It is equal $140,000. It's a very great amount of money if they get shot. Don't talk about this case. Also, when people just see Yu Menglong just get died, their dead body, and his dead body were carrying someone somewhere with the car at the baggage. You know, they just put him to baggage, and he is also from a low class. And you know, his mother was a musical teacher, or just like the music teacher or the violin teacher, and his father was a fitness coach, and then he was a very low class, and he also didn't just belong to upper all the elite class in China. If you are from an elite class in China, you can do everything you want, and nobody can judge you. The basic reason for that, there's a difference between the low class people and the middle class and the just the higher class. Even the Xi Jinping, the Chinese Communist Party, hiding a lot of the cases from the society, from the media. Even we cannot notice it. You know, nobody speak about it. The Chinese Communist Party wants to keep the things hidden by the society. Even the entertainment industry workers and the people, even his name just getting deleted by the Netflix. You can just, when you just open Netflix, the Yu Menglong name is just getting hidden, and they are paying money for. If the YouTubers also speaking about it, they are just offering money to shut the case. And the other things like Yu Menglong, that money is earned by me, it is dirty. Xia Ranlian, maybe you have heard this name before. I am tired, but I didn't do anything wrong. Ranjia, their last bosses, Ranjia. I wanted to leave the industry. Because in this industry, it is a dirty money. It's there also doing the money laundering, the movies, the directors. The directors generally getting the money by the mafia. The mafia earning the money, prostitution, money laundering, dirty money, black money, and this kind of illegal drugs, and the mafia just selling the drugs and other prostitution, etc. Women, they are also selling this kind of things, mafia. And then they need to just make it legalized. They have earned a lot of money, but they want to just, they cannot just put into this market without any notable notice, and therefore they are just paying monies to directors, and the directors getting money by the movies. Actually, they are not getting money by the movies, they are getting money by the mafia. It is a basic reason here. That's why they are just trying to why the Xi Jinping, the Communist Party, want to shut this case on the spot. Even if you are just searching the Bilibili platform or the Weibo. Weibo is a platform in China like Facebook on the Europe or Turkey. And the things like they want to shut the case, they want the hashtags. Where's the Yu Menglong? Yu Menglong, like hashtags getting deleted. And the other things like, as I might have Xia Ranlian, just their hashtags are getting official response time is taken like in 24 hours. Even the Bilibili platform, Weibo, and they're just trying to, just Chinese people just trying to open a, the mainland Chinese people just trying to open a Telegram or another platform just talking and debating this issue, because Yu Menglong is from very low class family, and he didn't became famous by his family connections. And the Song Yiran has a lot of family connections, even in the Chinese Communist Party, and she just acclaimed that I have connections in the Communist Party and nobody can touch me. She's very right. And there are also movies I have watched, and the thing is Song Yiran maybe the key factor here, because she called Yu Menglong to this building, even just partying, just celebrating something, and maybe they give the Yu Menglong alcohol by force, and then they put it out from the building to this place, to this floor, and it's very logical because the apartment building just were declared already. And also I have watched other things in the Taiyuan media. The Taiyuan media was just representing it is the actors, but the Yu Menglong was black and white. Only the Yu Menglong was black and white, and when they are introducing their actors. So there are a bunch of sophistication and bunch of allegations about this case, but we are going to delve into my point of view here. So there are a bunch of theories here, okay? I'm so sad for Yu Menglong, but it is not first, you know. The CIA, the FBI need to investigate the situation, because all the entertainment industry workers just getting away. Even for example, according to my opinion, get the fuck out of here, fucking fly. The Lisa and other K-pop, the Blackpink idols, like the Lisa, like the Jennie, also they are in danger. I'm just warning the Lisa. If someone just can kill the Yu Menglong, they can also kill the Lisa. I think the next one will going to be Lisa, and the next one will going to be Song Yiran. We need to just take care of these two people, Song Yiran and Lisa. They can also get die, and they can give the like they killed them by themselves. They're just going to suicide. Like they can give something like that. It is not. It is a. They can say it is a case, but it's not like that. So the other things I want to mention, like CCP bans about censorship on the media, like they are banning all the things. Ellen that, Ellen Q, just that. All the people just saying, like all the actors just jealous of him because he's very handsome. He was very handsome, and he was doing things by his face, and he has a lot of fame. But this fame didn't earn by himself, like, you know, by not the media. He just earned all the fame by himself. There are a bunch of things here, like, you know, I sort like, you know, the Chinese Communist Party hates this kind of people who get loathed by the society, don't attack the government directly, and from a poor class. If you're a poor class from the China, probably people will going to judge you, and if you are just getting fame in the poor class, the Chinese Communist Party will be at your back, and they will just give you misinformation about you. Maybe you are doing the money laundering and about bad things about you, and they will just give a lot of the bad news about you, and you will get arrested. You will get in arrest. It is the basic reason why the Communist Party is in China doing the things, and they want to shut all the media platforms. And the other name, the Tai Chi, is really important here. The Tai Chi is responsible of the censorship in China. The Tai Chi also did the things by himself, and Tai Chi just caused this case. And also the Beijing police department said that it's his evidence, and he was drunk and he just fell into an apartment by himself. Do you guys really believe on it? Nobody believe on it. Also the Beijing police department said that. Also Xi Jinping maybe just saying about lies about this situation. Maybe Xi Jinping has another daughter in the outside of China. Well, the corruption in China is a high level corruption. And the government officials just sleeping with a lot of people, and still they are just working in the government. The Chinese government has a corruption, brother. You need to just understand. Every government has a corruption. The Chinese government is a different way, because they are also still trying to just make a deal with the African people, and they are trying to just start to continue the corruption, and nobody wants to just cover the truth. Okay, the another thing I want to mention, the things like I have notes about this case. Here is continues to that. The name's Gao Taiyu, like male actor. The Taiyu, maybe he was just jealousing of him and he just killed his roommate, killed Yu Menglong. We don't know the Taiyu is another name here, but we are going to investigate the situation here. Another thing I want to mention that if there's no ever fucking fly here on my site, but I'm just doing the things alone and I'm just searching something and I'm going to just tell you, just if you are giving me a fucking time, just wait. Okay. There are other things, who get killed from a poor class. I have made a research about it. For example, Yu Menglong, Urumqi, Xinjiang, 2025 deaths. Maybe just get killed is a murder. Accidental fall from building. A background, working class family, self-made through online fame. He made all the fame by himself, not by the media. The perceived ideology or public stance. Quietly liberal, secular humanist, emphasize individual freedom and art over propaganda. Post-2023 moral reconstruction campaign targeting independent entertainers. Public suspicion or alternative theory, stage, accident, ritual, sacrifice, silencing of self-made artists. The another people I want to mention, like, Gao Yixian, Godfrey Gao, Taipei, Taiwan. He also died 2019. Cardiac arrest while filming. Cardiac arrest while filming. Can you just believe on it? Cardiac arrest? No. Middle class, Western educated Canada. Cosmopolitan, natural but open-minded toward democratic ideals, reality TV exploitation, under CCP linked media producers that seen as a result of unsafe labor and neglect, symbolic of China's profit over humanity culture. Yeah, Xi Jinping can do everything in order to just control his ideology and his bureaucracy and his just they want to just stay at the being a president, Xi Jinping, so they can do everything by themselves. It's okay. Qin Yu. The another actor, Cheng Doshijuan, 2021. Suicide due to depression. Mostly lower middle class actors. Progressive feminists spoke about autonomy and women's exploitation, crackdown on immortal celebrities, believed to be corrected, possible forced suicide under psychological pressure. Li Wan, Hong Kong, suicide. Upper middle class international singer, openly democratic, criticized censorship performed about the freedom themed concerts. Post Hong Kong national security live censorship wave. Fans believe political isolation and state pressure contributed to her death. The another actor, Zhang Jichan, career destroyed, not death. Xinyu Jiangxi, career cancellation, 2021. Small town self-made actor. Non-profitable accused of insulting China for all travel photos. Nationalism wave and patriotic culture campaigns. Career as symbolic public punishment, social death. The another Fan Bingbing disappeared, later reappeared. Qingdao Shandong, 2018 disappearance. Tax evasion investigation, upper middle class, powerful celebrity elite. Yao Beina, Wuhan, Hubei, 2015. Breast cancer lapis, middle class conservatory trained singer, liberal leaning artist, refused to perform patriotic propaganda songs. She just refused to doing the propaganda songs. Alleged medical neglect and suspension of her non-political works. For example, the recently Chinese social media controlling the Chinese news, Chinese cultural mediatic things. For example, when I open the YouTube channels and I'm just seeing out of Chinese related contents, and the Xi Jinping wants to control all the China related contents, and they want to make great money, and they are introducing their country in a great way. If someone criticizing the government in China, especially someone from China, probably the government doesn't like it, and people want to how can I say? People want to kill this kind of people, and they want to just examine, and they want to just put them out, It is things like that, and I will continue the another things, strangeful, and the other things we want to just He's from Purfalmi, Urumqi. This regime can do everything, yeah. TV drama and Chinese cultural content getting view hurting the regime, yeah. 1988, Urumqi, Xinjiang. Chinese media said that he fell from a high building and it was an evidence. You know, it's not an evidence, brother. It is the thing like the being on purpose. Godfrey Gao, Taiwan, heart attack, 35 years. Also, the media platforms, if you are something doing bad for the Chinese and the Chinese Communist Party, people have tendency to kill you. Even the Chinese social media platform, Chinese Communist Party can do everything. Poor class, internet-based famous people has a bad impression and they can count potential threat for Chinese elite class. Yeah. The Chinese elite classes see this kind of the lower or the middle class famous people as a threat. So the elite class wants to just destroy them, eliminate them. Yeah, the elite people wants to eliminate this kind of people. It thinks like all the evidence says that his death is a scheme and everything was planned. I'm not sure whether it's planned or not, but after just researching and investigating this case, I realized that even the Xi Jinping is a key factor here, the basic reason is not. According to my opinion, we need to talk about Song Yiran and Cheng Qingson. If he is talking about the dirty money at the end of the situation, probably he's talking about Cheng Qingson. We need to just investigate the Cheng Qingson director. The Cheng Qingson maybe just get the dirty money from the mafia, and he used the bank account of the Yu Menglong. Because when I checked the Yu Menglong's bank account, there was illegal actions, and he was just working for the guns industry. Like, do you think that someone as an actress working for the guns companies? You know, the gun companies just utilize the Yu Menglong, and then the director Cheng Qingson used the Yu Menglong again because Yu Menglong was very poor class and he was very famous, and it is really easy to just seduce him. But I think the Yu Menglong didn't want it on purposely. The director did it everything without just getting consent from the Yu Menglong. It is very direct because all the directors knows the bank account of their actors. The Yu Menglong is an actor of the director Cheng Qingson. And it is easy to understand. It depends on the Taiyu media. You know, he's working for the Taiyu media, especially 10 years, and he started his career as a singer, and then he transferred the movie and the film actions because of his look, because he has a good looking, and it is understandable. It's a very logical thing here. If you're asking my opinion, as I mentioned that the murderer is Cheng Qingson, I can give you a 90%. You know, it's a 90% Cheng Qingson, because if there's illegal money actions, transactions in the bank account, probably the money comes from someone knows his bank account, and the director can know his bank account. Nobody can know his bank account but the director. Cheng Qingson is very responsible of this murder. But maybe he has a good connection with the Chinese Communist Party and the Chinese elites. If he has a good connection with the Chinese elites, then the situation will going to close. Because the Xi Jinping I think the Xi Jinping will not going to allow this issue or case to spread worldwide. But if the independent police can investigate it, we can analyze in the FBI or the CIA. If they are going to investigate the situation, we can analyze, because it is not the first time. As I mentioned that what was her name? All the K-pop idols, just Hara. The Go Hara also just gets killed. We don't know who gets killed her. The other things I mentioned, like Xi Jinping officials, the TV producer, Xi Jin. Yeah, Xinqi can be another. Xinqi is also the K-factor name here, the Xinji name of the Chinese Communist Party, maybe non-members, but working for Chinese Communist Party. But Chinese Communist Party, Xi Jinping also fired a lot of his military officials, the generals. He also just fired the 7 or 6 generals for the sake of himself, but it's understandable. Another note I have made it is a dirty money. He is just sending his mother. You was drunk and it was an accidental official overslang. The official report says that it's an accident fall. I think it's not an accident, brother. No, nothing. If this event being an accident, probably it shouldn't be shot in 24 hours. So nobody can just understand it as a accident, because mostly if this event is closing, probably Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and also Tai Chi wants to delete or erase everything related with Yu Menglong, because Netflix, his old movies, and they want to delete. Even sometimes, if the parties, the political figures wants to delete someone, erase someone from the consciousness of the society, they are doing the censorship. How they can do the censorship? For example, mostly, there's a two potential, right? If Yu Menglong getting deleted by his past movies, for example, there was a bunch of movies who TV drama and what was his name? Like he just played. I have made a lot of research, but it is getting deep. I'm sure, I want to give the data, the opportunities, the other things. Just can you wait me just a second? Okay, guys, it's really elaborating. My research is really elaborate, but I will give you something holy crap! Why are you just getting to vanish here? I'm so sorry, guys. The other things. The K factor, a famous actor, VSP, and there was a famous actor still active in the street, getting to 2 a.m. himself in the bedroom at 2 a.m. and the next morning his body found, and from all that sequence is unusual. Yeah. The France gathering is reported, but the identities and nature remain vague. And 37 and a public figure. There was a movie. What he played. I'm not sure. I cannot read my writings, brother. I'm so sorry for that. His past movies. If the government that his past movies, what he plays, the other past movies, the past TV drama shows, if this character getting erased, probably mostly just getting by the Tai Chi. And Tai Chi is related with the Shinchi. If it is like that, probably Taiyu media is also being a key factor here. The case is responsible by the Xi Jinping and by the Shinchi. We need to focus on the Shinchi. But if he not deleted by the past movies, probably someone is Cheng Ching-song, the director, will going to be guilty. I'm going to 101%. There's a two potential. The one potential, if he is get erased by his past movies, the responsible probably will be Shinchi. But he's not get erased by the past movies. Probably the responsible will be Cheng Ching-song, director. Just focus on the director, brother. I'm just solve this investigation. It's a director, I'm giving you 90% of guarantee. At the end, if the case just close, I think the allegations will end. There's a potential of Cheng Ching-song, director, because no one can die at the 2 a.m. Just falling into the flow by the building. It is not a very satisfying answer. Yu Menglong achieved a lot of fame and independence that brought him into the threshold of industry control, being self-made from Xinjiang via talent shows rather than fully groomed by the entrenched state propaganda system. Yeah. One thing at first, if there is a directive, will get attached, CCP. But I really lost the things here and the one thing and the one thing. Maybe we can just investigate the things. I will need your help. There was on a USB, he was just in his stomach there was a USB CD card, and he just put it and he eat it because he didn't want to publish the USB and data, the dirty money, the proof of the money, where the money comes from, where the gun sellers belongs to. Like that, he didn't want to just cover to society, and he eat this USD, and then someone just yelled, we need to just cut his stomach, etc. And they took him to the hospital, but his body was dead, and nobody just talking about his dead body, how they died, and even the medical workers don't give any tips for it, and therefore we can also just blame the medical workers. Nobody is speaking about it. Everybody on this neighborhood just get shot. Their voices are just get shot by someone else, and they offer them the money. It's okay. It's understandable. In the social media, I couldn't find something like Yu Menglong is really against the Chinese Communist Party. Therefore, we cannot say it. But the censorship is very different. Every time they are using the censorship, the other people, etc., in the hashtags, they are getting vanished. Even the accounts who are just saying something about the death of the Yu Menglong getting suspended. So, is there any logical idea here? Nobody can believe on it. It's uncontrolled. Such a control access to private life, total surveillance, financial data, online chats, data, Xinhua, Weibo, censorship bots. Official time, the other things, the overwork and stress and isolation are engineered conditions. Industry structures are designed to trap artists economically and mentally. When you are just getting into that kind of industries, they are just showing you a page and you just sign it. If you don't sign it, probably it will be tough for you, and you need to do a sign. And if you just sign this agreement, probably they can control you and they can manage you. And sometimes some people cannot bear on it, and some people cannot bear it, and they are going to suicide, something like that. There's a depression, because mostly this kind of act just getting the dirty money. Why? Because if you want to make a right of the money, if you are just making money illegally, you need to just put this money to a market. But if you cannot put this into the market without the media, without the directors, nobody can understand whether it's a dirty money or not. So you need to just make it right by the directors, by the beach salons, or etc. You can do this. There are a bunch of systems here. Like the other thing, the USB can be got, like the final stream has an extra the sign, as I mentioned, that for 540. The 540 sign was so important there, but it was cut. There's a trade things about it, but I'm so sorry guys, like just doing the things so, and okay, this Taiwanese mentor, like Sundar Roy, his Taiwanese mentor, like research that unknown threats, the eternal law views name is reported erasing his existence from public memory, assume censorship, aggressive censorship, 30 Chinese investigation throws like accountability. Yeah, people's asking about the accountability. Is it whether we are just investigating the situation or not? But the Taiyu media was behind the CCP against a bit. But Taiyu media is about against with the CCP, but there's a potential. Just maybe they have made a collaboration with the Taiyu and the CCP. His company, he results because 200 million RMB if he just leave the company. The Hunan TV is he wants to just pass. He started his career with the Superboy and Taiyu agreement. He left his music show and he transferred TV shows because he was so handsome. 2024 he started 2014 Go Princess Go, he just get fame by the Go Princess Go and other movies. Yeah, he didn't song he ran She Can Be There, but she rejected allegations and she said I have better connections. Yeah, The thing Song Yiran was be with the Yu Menglong, but he rejected all the allegations, and there were a lot of movies, and there are a lot of just the things where they are captured by the people about this case, and they were recording what's happening in Yu Menglong. There was someone just stopping him. They are just trying to kill the Yu Menglong, even he fell from apart, and they carried the Yu Menglong to the car, and they want to just eliminate him. You know, if you're from the not so very east side of China, or not the east side, if you're from the east side, not the east side, if you're from west side of China, like the Xinjiang, the Uyghur, I like the Urumqi. Yeah, he was from Urumqi, the west side of the China. Mostly the Chinese elites living in the east side of the China, like the Shanghai and the Beijing, the other capital cities. And if you're from the Urumqi, very lower class of the people there, and if you get fame by yourself, probably Chinese elites will going to jealous on you, and they want to just eliminate you because you are from not a very Chinese elite class, and you are from a very low developed city, which is the Urumqi, even it is very far from the capital cities. So even he made a self-fame, you know, by the Bilibili and other platform like the Facebook, as I mentioned. There are a bunch of platforms. His name is the Bilibili platform. So let's check this, delve into these platforms. I also want to just get into these platforms. Official response are very strict, and they are just not into delving into these things, like, you know, just like the other connecting cases, extended far from ruling, high public suspicion of the cover-up, hidden financial ritual claims. Where there are these ritual things there, but the things like, as I mentioned, that Yu Menglong, Gao Yishan, Taiwan, Taipei. Even there is a better relation between China and Taiwan. The Chinese Communist Party can do everything in order to just capture the Taiwan. They can do everything else. You know, we cannot deny it, but also I was losing my way here. If you rise without a party, you fall without a trace. Control narrative, cleaning popular culture. The Xi Jinping administration sees fame without party loyalty as moral pollution. That's why campaigns against immoral celebrities began in 2021. And unregulated idol icons, unpredictable ideology. Sacrifice as warning. The deaths, whether included or not, serve as symbolic purpose. They send a message. If they rise without a party, you will fall without a trace. The Weibo, Xinhua, Weibo, censorship bots, security police, the Weibo, like, you know, Weibo and Bilibili. This kind of Weibo is a very Chinese Facebook. They are using it. They need to use the VPN in there. He died on 11 September 2025 in Beijing at age 37. His death was reported to have occurred after a fall from height. He rose to fame via talent shows, example Superboy, and later starred in web dramas such as Eternal Love 2017 and The Go Princess Go 2015. In the days following his death, his mother issued a statement saying he died after a fall following alcohol consumption. Authorities in Beijing Chaoyang branch announced they were investigating rumors and false claims. 3 people were detained for spreading false information about his death. Nonetheless, many netizens and foreign media reported conspiracy theories, hidden videos, unexplained last hours, possible assault or dark web footage, claims of hush money or secret information. A famous actor we talk about, while alcohol is stated as a factor at 37 and a public factor, one expects a more true explanation. Was there a toxicology report? Was the French flood on the 5th or higher floor? The strength of the fall and intoxicated shift the cause towards either accident or something else. Rapid statement without horror states. Officials said no criminality. That short conclusion may preempt deeper inquiry. Yeah, it needs deeper inquiry. We cannot just say the things directly. Massive online speculation, including alleged dark web videos, claims of USB drives, torture, blackmail. Government response includes detaining people for spreading false rumors rather than addressing the rumors themselves that suggest desire to control the narrative. Yeah. The other thing, his mother's alleged letters surface suggests not accidental letter. His mother just stopped talking about this event. I really didn't understand what's happening there. The career process. Some reports suggest his output had slowed in recent years. He may have been in an uneasy industry position. For example, his last major release were 2020, according to some sources. If true, a rising star whose momentum slowed could be vulnerable in the entertainment bureaucracies. The 5, his death joins a pattern of unexplained celebrity deaths in the Chinese entertainment industry. Xiao Renlian, 2016, suicide at 28. The hidden forces narrative agency disputes the blacklist industry politics appears repeatedly. Okay, if you are just in the Chinese elite class system, they are doing the very bad things. They are torturing the people and they are killing the people wherever they want. There's a black money. They are doing the money laundering, and they are working with the mafia and the bureaucracy in China, working with the mafia. That's the reason why they want to kill the entertainment workers and they want to control them. If the Chinese Communist Party cannot control this kind of people, they can fight with the regime because they are very famous and they can there's a duck here. They can win against the regime and they can capture the regime. Therefore, they are scared of this kind of people, entertainment workers. Entertainment worker, or maybe maybe we can say something like different, but like that. My working hypothesis, I said, like Yu Menglong achieved a level of fame and independence that brought him into the threshold of industry control, being self. Sometimes they are thinking like he's working as a slave rather than being independent, because in China, the elite people controlling the low and middle class. And I have seen a case when just the middle and the lower class people just gather and just start a propaganda against the Xi Jinping regime, because they think like, aren't we important or the regime important? If you are just living in China, the regime is more important than the people. Mostly the regime, China is not a very individual country, it's a collective country. If you are just living in a collective country, the Xi Jinping, the collective culture can do everything for you. They can do everything in order to control you, because you are with the collaborate culture, not a very individual culture. It is not on America. And like the Didi, in the America talent shows, the other peoples, they are just serving to Didi. And they're out of there someone Didi, they are just running the industry, and mostly media workers just serving them, even the models, the famous people. They are managing everything, the famous people, the other K-pop idols, the K-pop industry, and the Chinese industry, and the Chinese entertainment industry, and the South Korean industry, Chinese entertainment industry, and the South Korean entertainment industry are getting managed by the Japanese companies. Even the things, if someone is getting killed in this industry, you can't find someone at the behind who is Japanese. Mostly Japanese people. Japan is a Germany of the Asia. What the Germany means for the Europe, what the Japan means for the Asia. You need to understand. Japanese people are controlling these industries. They're out of flies here, and I won't just put it in my head. I got bored of it. And the things mentioned about very in a good way. They're working for the high level of class. People are just going there and trying their best. But the thing is, I want to mention, the Chinese Communist Party is not a very good someone here. And the Japanese people can control the K-pop idols, the Japanese idols. This industry is really shit, and people need to careful of it. People need to care of it. They are making a lot of agreements. They are something like a very wealthy. This agreement is just limiting you when you want to just do everything. For example, rail white, rail black. You also just mentioned that. The other adult industry workers. You cannot do anything but the company allocation. If company doesn't allow you to do anything, you cannot do that. Even you can speak about the company, etc. So I think it's not very logical. And people here just trying their fucking bestest. It is really hard, you know. Let's continue. Like, on TV, there are things like Tayu Media released a city fan industry, his artist, but only the Yu Menglong clip black and white. Yeah, Tayu Media 2020, Tayu Media released a caption for introducing his artist. Yeah, only the Yu Menglong was black and white in this clip. As I mentioned, that if lastly, if you're just getting to the conclusion, I want to say something. If they delete his past movies from the social consciousness, the good Tianqi, like it is with the Xinqi. But if they don't do that, probably the responsible of this that is Chang Ching-song, because he also just made a deal and collaboration between the mafia. You know, maybe he's working with the Chinese mafia, I don't know. But we need to just take care of two names. At the end, maybe in 1 year, if the case getting concluded, probably Chang Ching-song we can get all the allegations and the Xinqi. We will understand. Also, there can be another potential. Xi Jinping can, they can understand, they can just collaborate with the Chang Ching-song, with the Xi Jinping, and Xi Jinping can go with the Chang Ching-song on purpose, and Chang Ching-song can understand the issue and he can accept the allegations. It is very hidden and deeper, brother, and we cannot get into it. If you are using the WeChat, Beijing, and it's called WeChat, the Chinese government can take information about you, everything. Even if you are using the line, the Japanese government can collaborate data about you. Even the governments know everything, but they are hiding from you. Why? Because it's something like that. And as I mentioned that, this industry is not very good. And even the singers, even the idols, you know, they are getting controlled by the directors, by the mafia. This industry is really shit, brother. It is not new. Every entertainment worker is just getting suicide. Can you understand why all the entertainment industry workers just going into the suicide and this industry still continue? Nobody is doing something for that. And if someone wants to kill someone, they can kill. Even if you are famous or not, it doesn't matter. You have only one's life. But the one thing is, they can kill you. Therefore, it is not very logical. But as I mentioned that, I have seen out of the talented Japanese idols, and I'm watching and I'm just following them on the Instagram. But whenever I see them, they are going to suicide. And they are giving like casual suicides. Like, nobody can believe on casual suicides, brother. Some people just, mostly when they are trying to speak, the bureaucracy, the other government workers trying to shut their mouths by the, they are just getting died by the suicide or depression like that. Because in this industry, the bureaucracy, the directors working with each other, and they are just getting the dirty money. And they want to write the dirty money, and they are doing the luxury beauty salons, and maybe not only beauty salons, they are also using the other platforms, the directors, the movies, the cinema salons. The cinema is also the key factor for the mafia. If you are owner of the cinema salon, probably the mafia will going to come up and they want to just deal with you. It is the same thing like that. As an investigator, like the man, me, Ensari Ceylan, mostly the Xi Jinping maybe Xi Jinping can want to just kill the Yu Menglong, but Xi Jinping also is from a very poor class family, and also he born in a village. I also investigate his life. The potential of the Xi Jinping is not very long, because he's mostly just firing their workers rather than just killing them. But the one thing, the mafia, the Chinese mafia, even the Cambodia, even the Myanmar, even the Vietnam, the Chinese mafia is everywhere and they are spreading. As a Turkish someone, and I'm really supporting the Xi Jinping, the Uyghur Turks. The Uyghur Turks just trying to seek their independency, and China don't allow them to get their independency. Therefore, if they just capture the Uyghur Turks, the Xinjiang independent area, probably there won't be anything but the Chinese mafia, and Chinese mafia will going to split. Even they will just run a business in Turkey. Even they are trying to come to Manisa, they are trying to build something in the Turkey and the Manisa. We need to just be careful. If you're asking my opinion, China wants to just capture the world, but also we need to take care of it. And if you're asking my opinion, I wouldn't let the Chinese people create a company in Turkey, because if they build a company in Turkey and after they will go to the Bulgaria, and after the Bulgaria they will go to the Czechoslovakia, and then they will go to Germany. Mostly Chinese people trying to split their companies by worldwide, and they're trying to build a company in Turkey and then Bulgaria, and they will go to Czechoslovakia, and they will go to Germany, and they want to capture the Europe. Because there's two administrative stuffs here, the America and the China. China trying to split to the west rather than just the east side. And if they open a business, a company in Manisa, in Turkey, in the Turkey, probably they will continue open a business in the Bulgaria, and then they will kill the people who is important for the Turkey and the Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, and Germany. I think we need to say the stop to China, because even they come to the Turkey, they will collect a lot of data of the Turkish people, the Turkish actors, and they will continue this. Okay, if the Chinese people wants to just conquer a world or conquer a country, they are just collaborating with the actresses. If they come to Turkey, they will going to make a lot of agreement with the Turkish actors, and then the Turkish actors will going to do the propaganda for the Chinese communist regime, the CCP, and then they will go to the Bulgaria, and also they things. If they don't accept, probably they will also kill the Turkish actors as well. Even the Xinjiang the same, Uyghur Turks same. The China will need to shut the China. If they don't, probably they will going to spread around the world, and they will kill the actors, because the China wants to control media. Even the Xi Jinping, I want to break his pan. You know Xi Jinping, I want to break your pan in that way. Because Xi Jinping wants to control Europe, etc., we cannot allow him to do that. Even he has connections in Canada. The mostly Chinese actress wants to just go to transfer to Canada, and when the Xi Jinping following them, and when you want to escape from the Chinese Communist Party, they have the WeChat and they are following you, because there is someone the secret rooms and they are listening to your conversations, etc. Because if the Xi Jinping creates a company in the Turkey, after a lot of the famous people will going to come to Turkey, and they will make a lot of agreement with the Turkish singers, the Turkish actors, and then the Chinese media wants to do them to propaganda. Even they open it Chinese Culture Center in Istanbul. I am really following them. They opened the Chinese Culture Center in Istanbul, and then they will continue. I think Turkish government need to just give a prohibition for the Chinese government. If they don't do that, if the Turkish government allows China come here and open a building, they won't enough with that. They will continue, and they will pay money to their Turkish singers, Turkish media influencers, and then after they captured the media, in the Turkish media, in the Turkey, probably they will continue to Bulgaria. And then if they be successful at the second class country in Bulgaria, they will continue Czechoslovakia. And then they will go to Germany, and they will capture Germany as well without doing a war. You need to be careful about the Chinese Communist Party, because everything is planned. At the behind of the skin, there is a Xi Jinping and his CCP regime. I am really against with the CCP's regime, and we need to take care of it, because it's not the only one, and they will continue. Because they are giving a lot of money to singers, to actors, in order to shut their mouths closed. Yeah, the investigation like that. As I mentioned that, we need to just take care of the Communist Party. Otherwise, the next one will be the EU. Thank you for watching me till now. Just take care of the Communist Party. When I was in Taiwan, I also realized that out of the Chinese members in the China, the agents in Taiwan, they are secret agents from the China. They are working for the Chinese government, even in Taiwan. They are giving the information to China with the WeChat, like etc. Even the Taiwan government knows that, but they are not doing any action for it. Take care of the China, because if we give the Chinese Communist Party a lot of right, probably they will conquer the Taiwan, and they will split Turkey, and they will split the Bulgaria and the Europe, and then they will conquer the Germany, and it's not going to be happy ending. Like, you know, it's going to be tough for you guys. Probably they can kill the actors, they can kill anyone else, because the Chinese Communist Party, the Chinese mindset is different. They can kill anyone directly, they don't scare, and they can just close to cases. Therefore, you need to just take care of the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. They can do whatever they want because they have the money, and they're offering the money to everyone else. The propaganda, the Taiyu media, like the Bilibili and the other TV shows and dramas. Yeah, as I mentioned that Mrs. Sanae Takaichi understand this issue, and the Japanese media loses its value. If the Japanese media loses its value, probably people are going to watch the Chinese media. If the Chinese media conquer the media worldwide, there's a media war here, and then Japanese lose its value, its uniqueness, and there won't be anything to sell to foreigners. And also there's an immigration crisis in Japan, and they're trying to escape from the immigrants, and they haven't got any other resources, and that's the reason why the Japanese economists need the tourists, and they are also still complaining about the immigrants, and their age is aging. Like, you know, their population is aging, and they don't care about that. Yeah, we don't have to just give a lot of right to the Chinese Communist Party, but they can do whatever you want. 天上太阳红哈红看空气，带领着我们的地方给人民分享当家做主人，咿呀有自由啊，咿呀有自由诶，人民分享当家做主人。Thank you for watching me now. 谢谢，我很开心你是听懂我的book。今天我想去和你在中国，但是我的中文不是好，所以你可以给我帮助吗？我觉得你可以给我帮助，因为我的中文不好意思，不好意思。谢谢你看看我的，下次再见。Thank you for watching me now. See you on next video.